Now hold up. How is Metal Gear Solid influential and why is it important to gaming? Well, let me tell you. Before games like this, you usually go around jumping on Goombas, defeating a king of evil, and even stop a doctor from turning animals to badniks. So how would you like it if you only attack enemies unless the game tells you to? Well, Konami made Metal Gear Solid on the PlayStation 1. Hideo Kojima, the absolute madman behind this game, decided to jump from killing Zanzibar hamsters, which did have stealth but wasn't that popular, to a 3D stealth action game where you can't control the main character Solid Snake. Your mission? Take out every member of Foxhound on Shadow Moses Island where your brother Liquid Snake leads them. I mean, come on! This game is supposed to be Metal Gear free, but because of this, Metal Gear never became better. You got a boss that is disturbing, breaks the fourth wall constantly, and can read your every movement if you don't switch controller ports. Metal Gear Solid is also influential in popularizing the in-game cinematic cutscenes, showing us that games can tell us a story from the style of a freaking movie. Character interactions have never been better. Sure, other games before like Crash Bandicoot and Final Fantasy VII have in-game cutscenes before, but none have come close to the style of this. Sure, kids nowadays can laugh at this game due to its graphics with characters having no eyes, and yeah, this game is outdated, don't kill me, but Metal Gear Solid is a video game. That is important to the game community. Hideo Kojima, you made us proud. We'll miss your dead franchise. Never forgive you, Metal Gear Survive. Mario is gaming's icon and masterpiece. His franchise is, in my opinion, the best video game franchise ever made. But other companies were left in the dust. While Mario has been loved and adored by billions of people, Nintendo has been stealing the spotlight. Sega was a company that had barely any good sales. Alex Kidd was a Sega gaming mascot, but their games weren't exactly popular. But a man from a company named Yuji Naka joined the fight against Nintendo. He needed to create a game to battle against Super Mario. Thus, a blue hedgehog with red shoes was born. What? A blue hedgehog compared to an oversized red plumber? What could possibly be? Holy, this is great! Sonic the Hedgehog completely dominated Mario in the 1990s, and everyone wanted a Sega Genesis just to play this game. By that time, Sega became Nintendo's biggest rival for years. Mario kept spin-off games, Sonic tries ripping off him, and while other franchises like Crash Bandicoot and Bubsy tried to compete against both of them, they can't catch up because they're too slow. I'm sorry. I just wish Sonic could have been much better. Otherwise, we wouldn't have games like Sonic 06 and Sonic Boom. Where is the light, you beautiful franchise? Cutscenes are known as break time, with you having your thumbs worn out, and your reward is a 2-minute movie. Villains, on the other hand, are hateable, ruthless, and the most vicious people you ever want to see. I'm looking at you, Count Vulgar.
It's Vega! Nobody cares!
And power-ups are a nice little upgrade you get for a little while before they are gone until you collect one again. That's right. This segment is a game that introduced us to 3 things at once. And that game was Pac-Man on the arcade. The first ever video game cutscene you get is after level 2, Shop. The first antagonists of video game history are the 4 lovely ghosts, Inky, Blinky, Pinky, and the leader of the group, Clyde. Without these lovely dudes, we would not have gotten awesome villains such as Ganondorf, Fawful, Ridley, Dr. Eggman, and so much more. Well, we could have, but you know. The first power-up being the Power Pellet when Pac-Man gets 10 seconds to catch and eat the ghosts. And while I could have put Pac-Man higher on this list, because it became one of gaming's true masterpieces, there are just more influential games to go through. Online gameplay has been essential to gaming. However, it ain't always a safe place. But it wasn't until Sonic Team, the creators of the Sonic the Hedgehog games, made Phantasy Star Online. At the time, it wasn't really that popular, but it wasn't until 2004 that Halo popularized the capability on more online shows. The Phantasy Star Online, it was like an online MMORPG, sort of like Ultima Online. But Halo 2 was your typical Halo game, with a great multiplayer capability. Unless the ending didn't have to set up Halo 3, aka the most hyped video game of all time by Josh Gorcha. Sega of America and Nintendo of America. What is Mortal Kombat? What did you make? Kids and teens are now terrified, even some adults, to see their kid playing this. I don't know what you've been up to. Friendly companies, creators of Mario and Sonic. And now, this might go. I will, unsay it best remote, I will shut down your companies! Hold it! Hello, Judge and Courtroom, it's your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man here. And Nintendo and Sega should not be shut down, Your Honor. Allow me to explain. You know, video games should not just be for kids, because we got games like Custer's Revenge before that. So, here's what I think you should do, Your Honor. Why not create a system where you can rate every game called the ESRB system? G for general audiences, PG for parental guidance, M for mature, and then R for restricted. People for 13, 16 and 18 for the restricted, 15 plus for the M, and pretty much E for everyone. E for everyone, T for teen, and so much more. What do you say, Your Honor? Fantastico, amigo! Yes, the reason why we got these rating systems is because of Mortal Kombat 1. The game of blood, gore, and immense amounts of fatalities and toasties. If it wasn't for these ratings, kids would be allowed to play Call of Duty without a rating. Nah, just joking. Some freaking 6-year-olds want to play Call of Duty because of one word. Guns. Ever since we got Pac-Man on the arcade, it made us wonder if games will ever change. If games will stay in retro-style 2D forever. Well, actually, before Pac-Man, there was an obscure game called 3D Monster Maze, which there is a 3D monster in a maze. But that was the only 3D game at the time. Doom may have been in 3D, but not really. I am pretty sure 2.5D isn't the real thing of 3D. But it wasn't until Nintendo created Super Mario 64, which was not only the first 3D platformer, but also popularized 3D gaming. You know, if it ain't for these two games of the three-dimensional aspect, games would have stayed in 2D. So we would have a 2D Portal, or 2D Metal Gear Solid, or a 2D Devil May Cry. You see where I'm going with this? So modern gaming would never be where we are today if it wasn't for the first ever 3D games. Well, I mean they were, but let's move on. "11 entries ago, I talked about the very first video game of all time, Tennis for Two, made by William Higginbottom in 1958. That being said, Tennis for Two wasn't exactly noticeable. It wasn't until 14 years later that the release date was the 29th of November 1972, when a company codenamed Atari made a ping pong game called Pong. And it was a huge hit. In this game, you play a game of 2D ping pong, and the first one to 10 points wins the game. I am dead serious. This was the game that got video games noticed. Now people were wanting more games. Lots more. Over 1 billion games later, and now video games are the most popular sense of digital entertainment on the freaking map. It's such a shame that this was the same company that made E.T. on Atari. Just what the heck happened here?